Hello students, how are you all? This is our second lecture of class 9 science chapter number 1, that is matter in our surroundings. In the last lecture we have learnt about the definition of matter. What do we mean by matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass. So we have two characteristics, that matter requires space and they have mass. So that are the matters. But what about the non-matter? Non-matters are quite simple. Anything. Love. That our parents love us. Parents love their children. Parents love their children. So love cannot have space. Love cannot have mass. How much kg love do your parents do to you? How much kg anger do you have? So they do not have mass. The expressions, the feelings, that is the non-matter thing. Thought, that is the non-matter thing. Temperature, heat, temperature increases 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, that is a non-matter. That quantities that do not have space and mass are considered as non-matter. Temperature, pressure, that are the non-matter things. But according to the matter, space and mass, that we have known, that examples of matter we have learnt about the examples: chalkboard, chair, table, etc., including ourselves. Each and every matter is made up of tiny particles, and that particles are continuously moving. That characteristics of the particles of matter, that they attract each other, they have space between them, they are continuously moving. So this was the characteristics of the particles, and according to the characteristics we have learnt about the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. We have learnt about the three, but we know there are total 5 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. So these are the 5 states of matter, but we are going to only discuss about the 3 in this class. Clear? Now, solid, liquid and gas are the 3 states of matter. What are their properties and how can we compare solid, liquid and gas? Which properties are similar, which properties are not similar? Starting from the first one, solid. Solid have a definite shape. Solid has a fixed shape. The shape of the solid cannot be changed. For example, shape of a table, shape of a chair. The shape of a table and chair cannot be changed. It doesn't mean that you cannot break them, but the shape of cannot be changed easily. That they will not change their shape on their own. But what about the liquid? Liquid can change their shape. So it means they do not have definite shape. No definite shape. It means take a 1 liter bottle, Bisleri bottle of a liquid water. Clear? Now put that water into a bucket. So water will take the shape of that bucket. Now pour that water in the bucket into the glass. So water will take the shape of a glass. So water do not have any fixed shape. But when you put a chair in first room or a second room or in a ground, anywhere, it will not change its shape. So solid has a definite shape, but liquid do not have definite shape. They take the shape of a container. Gas, not at all any definite shape. Clear? It will also occupy the shape of a container. Clear? So gases also do not have definite shape similar to the liquids. Now definite volume. Definite volume. So first one was shape. Clear? No definite shape. No definite shape, but it has a definite shape. Now about the volume. Definite volume. Solid has a definite volume. It means the volume of the solid cannot be changed. It do not changes its volume. What about this liquid? They also have a definite volume. If we take the 1 liter bottle of a water, Bisleri bottle, it has a volume of 1 liter. If we pour that water into a bucket, the shape changes, but the water still remains 1 liter. If we are filling 10 glass of water from that bucket, then the total volume of that glass still remains 1 liter, but the shape changes. So liquid do not have definite shape but have a definite volume. Solid have both the things same. As the shape do not changes, volume do not changes. So solid has a definite shape, definite volume. Gas, no definite shape, no definite volume. That is quite clear that gas cannot possess any shape. Gas cannot possess any shape. But what about the volume? How can we know that they do not have any definite volume? The particles of the gas the particles of the gas occupies the total volume of the container. Particles of the gas occupies the total volume of the container. It means if we have filled the water bottle empty, then it means it is having inside the space, then the volume of that gas is 1 liter. Clear? We have removed the water from the water bottle and now we have closed the water bottle empty. So we can say that there is no water inside it, but it is not empty. There are the gaseous particles inside the water bottle. So now we can say, as per the shape and size of the water bottle, the volume of that gas is 1 liter. But as and when we open the water bottle in any room, the volume of that gas becomes equals to the room, because gas will spread easily into the room. Gas will spread easily into the room and thoroughly occupy the whole volume of the room. So they do not have definite shape. The volume of the gas changes. LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. By using that LPG gas, we are cooking the food. So now, what is LPG? Liquefied petroleum gas. So it is a gas inside the cylinder. Inside the cylinder there is a gas. Now what will be the volume of the cylinder? We can measure by the cylindrical volume you are studying in the maths. But as and when the gas comes out of the cylinder, it thoroughly spreads into the whole room. Why? Because if the cylinder is leaking in the kitchen and you are sitting in the room, then you are easily able to smell that gas. Gas is leaking somewhere. Gas is leaking somewhere. So it means gas occupies the whole container, volume of the whole container. So gases also do not have definite volume. Again, definite shape, definite volume. Liquid, no definite shape but fixed definite volume. No definite shape, no definite volume. No definite, you can use the word fixed inside the instead of definite. Fixed shape, fixed volume. No fixed shape but fixed volume. No fixed shape, no fixed volume. Clear? Now the third property, occupy space, occupy space, occupy space. As all the three states are of matter, it means it is quite clear from the first thing that it is a matter. But if it is a matter, then it means it occupies space. Then and then it is matter. What was the definition of matter? What was the definition of matter? Anything that occupies space. Occupy space. Solid is a matter, occupy space. Liquid is a matter, occupy space. Gas is a matter, it occupies space. Clear? Got it? Simple. Solid. Again the same example. 1 liter bottle of anything, water, etc. anything. Remove the water. Put the sand particles inside it. Put the sand particles inside it. So it means now the water bottle is filled with the sand particle. Now that bottle is filled with sand particles. Can you press it? Can you press it? No, we can't press it, as it is thoroughly filled with the solid particles. So it means occupy space. There is a space, so we cannot take that space. It do require space. Liquid. Again fill that bottle with the water instead of sand particles. Again now we cannot press that. It can change the shape, but we cannot change the volume. It occupies space. Volume and space are one and the same thing. Clear? Volume changes but still the space remains. Clear? Now gas. Emptied the water bottle, tightly close the top of the water bottle. Clear? Tightly closed it. Now can you press it? No, still we cannot press. We can only press the water bottle filled with gas if it is leaking. So the gas will go outside, but if it is not leaking, then we cannot press it highly. Clear? So it means all the three states of matter occupy space. All the three states of matter occupy space. Cannot be compressed. Cannot be compressed. The same example. Water bottle filled with sand. It cannot be compressed slightly. It will not be able to compress. Compress means applying pressure and decreasing the size. When we apply pressure and decrease the size, for example, this sponge. this sponge, I am applying a pressure on it on a duster, then its shape changes. So it is compressibility. It is compressibility. It can be compressed by applying pressure. So when pressure is applied on solid, it cannot be compressed. It cannot be compressed. Now the same example creates the confusion. Now the same example creates the confusion. This is a duster, sponge duster. Clear? Now it is a solid one, and even though by applying the pressure, its shape changes. It means it is compressible. And what we have written cannot be compressed. So there are exceptions in the solid. Even though it is not a exception, by knowledgeable way, if we see this, then it is not the solid that gets compressed. It is not the solid that get compressed. There are the air particles inside the sponge. There are air particles inside the sponge, and when we press the sponge, then the air particles move outside. Air particles move outside and the sponge gets compressed. So it is not the solid, it is actually the gas which is moving out. Clear? So similarly, for example, another example, we cannot press this chalk and decrease its size. We cannot press this chalk and decrease its size. It means it is not compressible. We cannot press this board and change its size to the smaller one. So it is not compressible. It is not compressible. Clear? None of the solid. Finally it will get breakdown, but the size won't decrease. So it means cannot be compressed. It cannot be compressed. Clear? Slightly compressible. What do we mean by slightly compressible? Liquids are slightly compressible. When you apply pressure on it, but its size changes, but that won't be noticeable by us. We cannot notice that size decrease, but we cannot notice that. Clear? But what about gas? They are highly compressible. They are highly compressible. It means the gas can be compressed very much. The gas can be compressed very much. I will explain it with one very good example. The same example that we have learnt about the gas cylinder, LPG. LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. Clear? Now in that cylinder, the gas is compressed so much that gas has turned into the liquid. Gas has turned into the liquid. Same thing. See here. This is an example of the solid. This is an example of the liquid, and this is an example of the gas. See here. The particles are closely packed. The particles are closely packed. It means they are near to each other. So there are space between them, but there is very little space. They have very high amount of space. See, and they have extremely large spaces between the particles. If there is no space, so they cannot be compressed. If I am applying the pressure on any direction, then they won't get close to each other. Why? Because they are already close to each other. Now, what about the liquid? They have a small spaces between them. So they will get slightly compressed. They will get near to each other slightly. What about the gas? They have the high spaces between them. So when we apply a pressure on it, these particles get close to each other, and if the particles get close to each other, the gas will be converted into liquid. So it means they are highly compressible. So and so LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. It was a gas, but it has been compressed into the liquid. So and so there should be very hard cylinders to compress the gas. Clear? So gas are compressible. So and so that gas can be converted into liquid by compressing. They are highly compressible. They will get compressed easily. Rigid. Rigid means hard, solid, do not deforming shape. Clear? Solid shape generally do not change. They are rigid. They are fixed to their shape. So it is similar to this one. Rigid. Definite shape, rigid. No definite shape, not rigid. It means it is fluid. It can flow. Solid cannot flow. Solid stays at their place. Solid cannot flow. Liquid can flow. No definite shape. They are also not rigid. They can flow. The things which can flow, it means liquid and gas, both are known as fluids. Both are known as fluids. What are fluids? Fluids, the things which can flow. It means they are not rigid. The things which cannot flow, it means solid. They are rigid. It means they have fixed shape and size. Deformation? No, they will not deform their shape. So with a fixed shape, they are strong, they are rigid. They are not rigid, they can flow. It means they are fluids. They are fluids. Here also, gas are also fluids. The same thing, when someone applies perfume, the whole class gets the fragrance. Why? The gas is flowing. The gas is flowing. Clear? If you see, understand the single property, then you will be able to easily recognize and understand the another property of each and every state. Now for that, your visualization should be very high. Your imagination should be improved. So if your imagination is good, you can see that solid, the particles are closely packed. Liquid, the particles in the particles, there is a space between them. In gases, there are very high spaces between the particles. In solid, if the particles are closely packed, they cannot be compressed. Liquid can slightly compressed, gas can be compressed highly. Clear? Solid, as they are closely packed, they are rigid. Liquids have space between them, so they can flow. Gaseous, they have very large and they can flow easily. Clear? Got it? Now, does not diffuse into another solid. So now you only need to understand the word diffuse. Diffusion. Diffuse means movement of particles from higher concentration to lower concentration, or movement of particles from one place to another. That is simple diffusion. So liquid particles can move from one place to another place. So that is diffusion. So if we put two liquid together, then they will get fused with each other. They will get mixed with each other. If we put two liquid, then they will automatically mix with each other. Most of the liquids. There are exceptions. For example, oil and water. There are exceptions. Oil and water. So there may be exceptions, but still they can fuse with each other. They can get diffused with each other, into each other. The solid, put the solid and another solid side by side. So there will be a border. They will not automatically get diffused into. They will not automatically get mixed with each other. So it means they cannot diffuse with each other. Solid can diffuse with each other. Gas can diffuse into each other. If two gases, the same thing. Fragrance example. If you saw someone puts perfume, this is air, and the fragrance, that is also gas. The gas will get diffused into the another gas. Liquids can diffuse into the another liquid. Solid cannot diffuse into the another liquid. And this is the final example here, that these are the figure. We can see that they are closely packed, very less spaces, so they cannot move. They only vibrate at their position. They cannot move from one place to another. Liquid, they have space between them, so they can move from one place to another. They have large spaces, so the attraction is less. So and so the attraction is less. As the attraction is very low or negligible, the spaces are large. The particles moving at high speed can diffuse with each other, highly compressible. These are the properties. In your classwork, you have to write this one. Obviously, you will be writing in the classroom, but in homework, you have to still write it and repeat it 2 times. So thoroughly, whole table should be written 2 times in your homework. Clear? So totally, you have to note it down 3 times. 1 time in the classwork, 2 times in the homework. Clear? Now just read it out. First 6 pages of chapter number 1. Clear? That is matter in our surroundings. Clear? Matter in our surroundings. So just read it out 6 pages of the chapter. Try to write the answers of the in-text questions given in the textbook in first 6 pages. In first 6 pages, if there are any in-text questions, try to write it down on your own. Clear? Then and then you will be able to understand that you have learnt anything or not. Clear? So that is a quite simple way. Write down the in-text questions. Obviously, I will be solving the in-text questions, but it will be on my own time. But if you want to learn, then try to solve it on your own. And then lastly, whenever I am able to take time and solve the in-text questions, then you can verify that whether you have written your answers correct or not. Clear? So now write it down, the in-text questions, this thoroughly, the whole table 3 times. There are many properties of solid, liquid and gas, and you can add and compare the properties of solid, liquid and gas and create a larger table than they have written here. 3 times the table, 6 pages to learn, and in-text questions from the first 6 pages of this chapter number 1, that is matter in our surroundings. Thank you very much, beta.